Hey, music community, Jeff here again, and I'm going to jump on this little thread. This is Ron Haggerty started this thread, and I got to thinking, first off, it's a thread on aquatic themed, water themed album covers, titles. It could be a wide variety of things you could show. And he said he had done it before. I think he said that, and I thought, man, I remember something about this, but it could have been a contest. Somebody had to see something with water. I know there was a contest where water was mentioned. But anyway, I started pulling my records. He wanted to see 10, and I thought, I've got quite a few. And so I went for pulled some of the more obscure artists versus some of the more general ones I had. So that's what I went with anyway. So aquatic themed thread. Again, it could be album covers, it could be band names, it could be song names, anything dealing with the water. I went all album covers, and so they're not in any particular order. Basically, how I was just ran around and grabbed them. Let's get into this. RedSea Blood. Great hard rocking band. Recently reissued on vinyl just a couple years ago. So anyway, cool cover, upgraded cover art from the day. Anyway, yeah, RedSea. If you haven't checked these guys out, you need to check them out. If you're into just hard rockin', bluesy rock, Robin Gassari on vocals. He does a lot of great work, and this is one of his earlier bands. He was in Die Happy, and then later did this band, and just some great stuff. Like even got a little sticker that came with it. So anyway, not sure if the vinyl is still available in this because it was a couple years ago, but if you can find it, it's a great album. One of my favorite bands. This is a little funny one here. 77's Drowning with Land in Sight. So I remember as a kid, there was actually over at Fort Eustis Base, there was a public, like a big, in the middle of the base, there was a water thing. It was not part of it was over on the peninsula, but it was just a body of water, like a lake, built man-made lake. And they had a sliding board like that in the middle, which I always thought was so weird, but you swim up to it, get up, and it was a bit bigger than that, but that reminds me so much of as a teen, we used to go over there and, for a couple of dollars, they'd let you on base to go swim in the thing. So there you go, Drowning with Land in Sight. Another great hard rocking album there. Theocracy Ghost Ship. This is one of the ones I remember showing in a contest, which is why it made me think, I think I might have done something like this before. But anyway, Ghost Ship by Theocracy. Actually, this is the last Theocracy album, though they do have a new one coming. This is a handful of years old now, and they are working on a new album. So there you go, Ghost Ship. It's got everything you need. Ship, water. All right. This one's a little harder to see, but, Sea of Black by Mass. You get there's footsteps going into this, and then the sea is it's all waves and everything, but it's kind of hard to make out, but it's dark black. Sea of Black. There you go. Mass. And here we go, Narnia, From Darkness to Light. We got the raging sea, lighthouse, etc. Your raging sea going on here, thunder, lightning, everything. Great melodic power metal band that just keeps putting out, they keep coming back and putting out albums periodically. They've been around since the 90s, but, we just recently got a new album by them. This is a fairly new album by them. They are just constantly putting out great new material. And here's one, Steal the Night, Steal the Light by Q5. We got the entire world of water here, so that one came to mind. And Q5, if you're not familiar with them, 80s band, Floyd Rose, the guy who made the tremolo guitar pickup, not pickup, the wah-wah bar type thing, big guy there. This is a band that he was in, and great, just, 80s type metal of the day. One of my favorite bands, Transatlantic. This is their first, and they got their little mascot ship, and it's going across the ocean. Each one of the albums, you see this big blippy ship thing going in different areas. The latest being, oh, you can't see it on the shirt. The latest being Going Through Space. I just realized I'm wearing a Transatlantic shirt. But it's Going Through Space here. This is their most recent album. So anyway, there they are in the beginning with them going across the water. And here we go, Sirens by Savatage. Of course, the song, not the song, but the song of the Sirens. I think when this album came out, I don't know if I knew as much. I mean, obviously it's from Greek mythology or whatever. The sirens who lure the man in the ship and cause them to crash and et cetera, et cetera. I'm not sure how familiar I was with it when this album came out, you know, and then you listen to the song and it's about that. But just, you know, great stuff. Great album. Again, this one just recently reissued. This is the original cover. When I bought this back in the day, they had changed the cover when they had reissued it after the band's initial thing. So I'm glad to see the reissue had the original cover. And my dog just gonna walk right on through. I'm sure nobody's heard of this band. Sailing the Seas of Regret by WristRocket. I picked this up in a local store in the used bin. Had no clue what it was, but the fact that it was really homemade looking and everything. And then I looked them up. Couldn't find anything else by them. It's on a interesting splattery color. No, the labels. It's definitely looked self-released and everything. But I looked them up and found out that they're actually a fairly local band. Hour and a half from here, I believe. And this album is, I forget how many years old it was. Oh, I didn't have to look them up. It says right there, Richmond, Virginia. So yeah, I mean, that's where it was pressed. I think the band is from that area too. And, you know, so I picked it up because I figured, you know, support local artists who probably don't exist anymore. So, yeah, decided to check this out. But there you go. Got a little squiddy looking guy floating around on the seas. And the last one, and actually the first one I pulled because it's the first one that came to mind just because of the imagery, Eye of the Storm by Stormwitch. And there you go. You got the raging seas and the person on the rock and yada yada. So good old stuff there. So there you go. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Check out your collection. Jump on board. Show Ron some support. Ron Haggerty. A link below to his video. You can check that out. You jump on board the thread. It's always fun to just kind of go back and pull things out of your collection that maybe don't get shown as often for our theme. That's it for this one, though, and I'll see you later. Rock on and rock hard.